feel like this routine would be a lot funnier if I did it like right here, you know? Like you ever think about the, you know? I feel like this would be pretty good. Here, let me try it. You know what's kind of pathetic about the human race? Is how often we bite our lips. Think about that. Like most of us don't even have anything all that important to do. Are we really so busy that we can't take the time to tell the difference between our steaks and an actual organ in our bodies? I mean, if Jack Bauer bites his lip, that's fine with me. That guy's got some serious demands on his time. But if you're biting your lips, you don't miss the opening of Flavor of Love, you need to take a pretty serious look at your life, my friend. It's not like biting your lip is some minor little inconvenience either, you know? Like, you ever bite your lip once really badly and then that spot swells up larger than Will Roberts' right calf? Well, that's annoying because you're gonna bite your lip like 20 more times after that, you know? And like, it's amazing how you completely resign yourself to your fate at that point, and your friends totally just get used to you screaming in pain in the middle of a conversation. Like, I've had that happen to me like twice in my life. And each time I wanted to fucking like build myself into a bouncy ball and just throw myself off the Empire State Building. It's just so frustrating. Actually, I think that would kind of be a fun way to kill yourself. But like the thing about suicide is you don't really want to find a fun way to do it. Because like if you do, then you'll get about 90% of the way through and you'll actually be having fun for the first time in your life, you know? You'll be like Rebecca Zug if Hideous Skirts ever come to style. That's like the biggest problem with suicide, I think, is that like once you start it, you have to go through with it, you know? Like, I think that's especially true for me, because if I were ever gonna kill myself, I would just go apeshit the day before, like, because you can do anything you want when you know you're not gonna have to deal with the consequences. You want to know something you can do when you're gonna kill yourself? You can take a shit right on the floor. If you're gonna kill yourself, you can get up in the morning, walk out of bed, go exactly halfway to the bathroom, and just take a shit on the floor. You can do that, you know? Or you can blow your money on whatever you want. But like the thing is, there's a pretty good chance that's gonna make you kind of happy. And then you're not gonna want to kill yourself, but you're gonna have to because you're broke and some asshole just took a dump on your fucking floor. I'm sorry, that's kind of a touchy subject for me. Not the suicide, the taking a dump on the floor. See, I've been having some digestive issues recently. Let's just say the factory's up and running, but the shipping department's on strike. So I went to my doctor to talk to him about it, and he told me to do this test where I take my shit and smear it on a card and bring it back to him. I don't know, that sounded to me like one of those tests where the doctors all get together and brag to each other later, like, that's nothing. I gotta shit on a card and bring it back to me. But yeah, so I'm in my pediatrician's office, and I'm turning in my poop test, which means I'm literally walking around carrying a baggie of shit. And I walk up to like 5 people to figure out who to give this to. And like the thing is, it doesn't matter who I'm supposed to give it to, I'm gonna feel like a jerk giving it to anyone, you know? In any other context, that would just be downright illegal. And the other thing is, if you think people are normally unwilling to help you, they are far worse when you are literally carrying a sack of shit. Also, chilling with a bag of your own feces in a room full of children is not a situation in which you want to run into someone you know. But finally, I make my way over to the back of the practice, where apparently all the young, attractive nurses are gathered. And I hand this, reasonably good-looking woman a bag of my own feces. And as I do it, I can actually feel my chances with her go from, maybe in a porno, to like, not without committing a felony. I have a very set routine that I follow every night before I go to bed. I get undressed, I put my clothes for the next day in a pile, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, and then I jerk off. It's actually probably the most important part of my nighttime routine. Like, I'm not even going to pretend I don't watch a lot of porn. I watch a lot of porn. Like, I can't tell you how many times in conversation I've said black cock down instead of black hawk down. Or like Aspender's 12 instead of Munich. But even that's not the worst part. The worst part is when you start catching porn stars in lies. Like, I was watching this video the other day with a lady named Ashlyn Brooks in it. And the guy goes up to her and he goes like, hey, so where are you from? And she's like, SoCal. That lying whore! I read her bio on the Bang Bros website. She's from Minnesota, okay? Yeah, I know. Offended me too. When you think about it, there are very few places in the world where you're allowed to have your dick out and be in public. Like, the bathroom is really one of the only ones, but like, even in the bathroom, it's only in specific locations. Like at the urinal, you know, you're fine. But you take one step back and rotate to the right, suddenly you're also, like, if you're at the urinal, you know, and like, you decide you want to, you know, ooh, I have to take a shit. You have to tuck in, you know? Like, you can't walk up there like, dick and balls. That's just weird. But see, that's why I like getting drunk, because like, you're allowed to piss on a whole new world of exciting things. Like, when you're drunk, you can pee on like bushes or like walls, Zach's car, or Zach, you know? Why is it that when you hear about drunk shit that you did the night before, it's never good? You know, like when I was little, I used to think I would get into crazy, awesome adventures when I was trashed. Like, did you ever see the movie Dude, Where's My Car? But like, I don't know, when people are telling you about what you did last night, it's never like, dude, you cleaned the gutters last night! Or like, dude, you brought grandma back! It's always like, oh, dude. Oh, man. Last night, you broke into a funeral procession and exposed yourself. By the way, anyone hosting an after party? Maybe? No? Shoma? Yeah, maybe? We'll talk. A lot of cliches don't really make sense to me. Like, here's one of them. People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Who lives in a glass house? Do you know anyone who lives in a glass house? Fuck, I've never even seen one. I mean, I feel like this cliche really just applies to some moron out in Texas who, like, really wanted to make the local news, so he built a glass house. But then he moved into the glass house, and he really just wound up missing the days when he could sleep in past fucking sunrise. But I guess it'd be really easy to get directions to, though. You know, you'd just be like, yeah, you make a left on Upton, you go around the bend, it's the big fucking glass one. If you still don't recognize it, just look for the one where you can see me on the 3rd floor taking a shit. You know, that just, it wouldn't provide you with very much privacy. Like, I feel like if you were at all attractive, you'd have like a crowd of people around your house 24/7 just waiting for you to hop in the shower, you know? And then there'd be some group of people off to the side with a weird fetish who'd like get excited every time you started chopping vegetables or using a screwdriver. It'd be so annoying, you know? Like, I don't know how you could get rid of them either. Like, I think if it came down to it, you'd probably have to throw stones at them. All right, thank you very much, everybody.